Through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon. Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
Views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Come on, blow the trumpet!
It is now time for the Sounding the Trumpet Deliverance broadcast with your host, Prophetess Dorothy Otey. So let's go live into the studio as she prepareth for our soon coming King.
We are prepared today. We are blessed today to stream. We're grateful for God and all that to be with you today on this wonderful occasion. I want you to know that God is still able and that this is a day that the Lord let us rejoice and be. Today, I want to talk to you from the scriptures of Matthew 7, verses 24 through 29. And it says, therefore, everyone who hears these words and to practice is like a wise man who built his house on a rock. The rain came down, the stream rose, and the winds blew at that house. Yet it did not fall because it had its foundation. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it crashed. When Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowd were made because he taught as one who had authority and not as bearer of the law. I want to talk to you just today in this hour on this about a man who builds his house. About a man who builds his house. He talks about a foolish and a wise builder who house. We understand that when we're building, that takes a lot of things to build a natural house. They get blueprints. And then once they begin to get that particular satisfied with, they have to have plumbers, builders, electricians that you are expecting to go up. But then it's something when we are putting all these people together to get them. But on the spiritual side, there are things that continue to stay on the journey. Can I talk to you a minute just about prayer? Is very needed in this walk with Jesus. Found that prayer not only, but prayer allows you to go. Prayer allows that pathway for you to acknowledge who he is. When you find yourself praying, yourself being placed in a place because you want to talk directly how wonderful it is to understand that when you pray, it helps you to recognize who he is. Say it like this. When you want to talk to somebody on the next phone up, your phone, and you start to talk, can I remind you that when you pray, you find yourself because you start talking to him. I want to remind you, it's prevalent. Your faith in a way that is uncanny. Let me put it in this perspective. When your prayer life is working, when your prayer life is on the, you find yourself because of your prayer life. Let me say it like this. See, when your prayer, let's put it this way, when your prayer life is activated, you have a problem when you're faced with certain challenges because of your being activated. We got to move on, but can I say this? If activated, and good news, you're already prepped, you're prepared, because with this journey, the race is not given to the strong nor to the swift, endures until the end. It takes activated because you need a connection. And in order to be connected to him, your prayer life activated. Here in the text, we find man two different builders. That's how it is in life. Separate kinds of builders. There's a wise builder and a fool. But can I talk to you a moment? Remind you that building your spiritual life correctly with your walk with Jesus. See, number one has to be activated. When you're print, it transcends and allows you to start to move. Because the scripture reminds of faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things. See, when you're walking with Jesus, a prayer life needs to be activated. Number two, when you're activated, your faith starts to move. Talk to me. I'm trying. When your faith starts to move, prayer is on. So your faith starts to allow you to walk by faith, by sight. Can I hear step in this area when your prayer life is active. Your faith starts to grow. And when your faith starts to grow, to move, it starts to leave that space that is occupied. Occupy space in your life. But when as your faith starts, doubt, unbelief starts to shrink. It's to be in a place. How do we get there? We get there. Prayer helps us. It activates the faith. Faith starts to move. Why? It's because you start to believe something. What the word says in your life. Can I put it in this perspective? Once you come in contact with Jesus, you'll never, ever. Here in the text, we find that there was a foolish builder. And see, sometimes we find ourselves in certain situations because how we build with Christ. See, in order to build you Christ, how do we do that? Start by prayer. We start with prayer number 2. Our faith starts to act because our prayer life is active. Here in the text, the wise man understood something. It's how it is sometimes in life. There are a lot of us that think that they can all alone. They don't need Jesus in their life. But can I, the wise man, the foolish man thought to seed Jesus in his life. Can I help somebody today that when the foolish man starts to build, he build with no prayer life. He build with no hope, no faith. Came when trouble comes, temptation, the enemy starts to beat on the house, start to you start to cover you up. You had off you because you had no power, no walk with God, no prayer life active, no faith. So the enemy, foolish man, because he thought he can do it all alone. Sometimes in life, we think we can do it all alone. But can I, on this journey, you can't do it alone. You're going to need Christ every step of the way. Here in the text, builder says, if I'm going to build my house, he says, my prayer life moving. I need my prayer life active. So he says, I'm going to need a solid foundation of Christ. So I'm going to build the foundation first. Because of the fact I got something to stand on. I got something to hold me up. So here, the wise builder says, I need prayer. So I start to praying. I noticed something. My faith starts to activate. My walk, doubt starts to leave because of this walk that I have. Can I remind somebody today that if you're going to need a few things on the journey. I found out that the wise builder had prayer going. His faith starts to turn. The wheel starts to moving. I found out hand starts to shrinking. Unbelief starts to leave. All of his prayer life was active. His faith was moving. The wheel to turn. Can I remind you today that if those things are, doubt can't hang, unbelief can't stay around, because you are a product of the word, because you are believing now. Minds up in our walk. Isaiah said, for them that wait on, he shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings, run and not get weary, walk and not faint. When we're walking, comes the time that we are going to have to continue to trust God. See, I found out that when the faith starts to move, I found out because you're going to start walking out a little farther, because prayer life and the faith and the wheel starts to turn. You find yourself walking your walk with God. Your faith starts growing because of your prayer life. Faith starts to move. Your wheel starts to turn, and doubt starts to leave. Walk with God. I want to remind you today, as the wise builder starts to build it, says, look at here, look at my house is solid because I believe in God. The foundation is my prayer life is active. My faith is moving. The wheel starts to turn, starts to leave, because it can't hang. Because in God, I found out that those that were walking with me, that faith started to turn around because of my walk with God. Starts to build. The foundation is solid because I'm trusting in Jesus. My foundation is good because I'm standing rock. His name is Jesus. Now I found my walls are going up because of who I trusted in Jesus. The top is starting to come on because of who I faith stand. My foundation is in Jesus. I want to leave you with, if you're going to continue on the journey, not only got to be active, your faith starts to move, the wheels, doubt starts to leave, unbelief can't hang because of who you try to remind you today that God is still able for you to stream. Can I remind you, stay on the journey. God is still able to do exceedingly abundantly above ask, think, or hope. Can I say to you that there are times all alone, there are going to be times when no one is there with you in the word. Lo, I'm with you always, even unto the end. God is always with us. Even when we feel alone, God, don't listen. Tough it is when things are at their worst. But can I say to you, I want to be in a situation knowing my foundation. If I'm going to be in any kind of situation, I don't have a as I got Jesus. My faith and my prayer life is active. That he already knows that we are in the situation. All I'm doing is going to let God do the work. Wow, whatever he intended to do, might as well continue to trust, stand on his word, and hold on by faith. Because God is able. He's able. While the walls are up and the top, can I remind you, stay on the journey. Can I remind us with you in these tough times? We're in a tough situation. Voting is going on. Killing is going on. God is still able. I want to say to you, to throw in the towel. This is not the time to give up. I know there are certain times, seeing that jobs are walking away, money is short, things are high, but yet God is still. He says, I've never seen my seed begging bread. Remind you today, if you are going to train, is Jesus. If you're going to stand on something, stand on. I just want to tell you like this. He's able. He's able. That was a woman. What? To board this train. I want to tell you something. Not enough. You're foolish enough to do whatever. Here God spoke to this woman and told her to listen. Board this train. The woman gathered her things. She said to him, now listen, I have no money. He said, have. But I'm still telling you to go and board this train. Got her things together. Boarded the train. She got on the train. Woman. And said to the woman, woman says, I need your ticket. Said to the conductor, she says, sir, nor do I have any money, but God told me to board this train. He says, woman, in order to ride this train, you're going to need, I'll be back. The conductor left. Passengers received their tickets. But it come back and that woman says, we got to have a ticket in order to ride. The woman said, sir, I understand, but I have instructions aboard this train. Someone says, I'm sorry, but you can't ride. The engineer charge of the train called to the conductor and asked the conductor what says, we got to get this train moving because I've never for an appointment, never been late. The conductor said to the engineer, here with no ticket. And we got to get this train. The engineer says, well, sir, you're going to have to put her off. So, woman, he says, I understand, but we can't be left with our luggage and put her off. Well, it's easy when someone else is telling you to do something that is unjust. But his duty, he grabbed the woman's luggage, put it off the train, and the woman stood at the train door and had told her to board this train. Get bad to call The people on the train are looking. But key that this woman's faith was built on nation, was solid. Her prayer life was prevalent. Her faith was willing. She said, if he told me to get on the train, I'm aboard. Well, as the conductor put the woman on, the conductor pulled the string. Nor that we familiar hearing with the train when it's getting ready to take your sound. Throttle. But yet, the train wouldn't move. Gave throttle. But the train wouldn't move. The engineer was in disarray because he didn't understand why the train. The engineer called down, said, I know I told you to take that woman and her luggage away. Enough. The reason why the train won't move is tied to the. Listen, I want you to go get that woman and her luggage. He went, got the woman on the train. The conductor said to the woman, said, ma'am, I'm sorry, but the engineer told me to come get you, put you back on the train. And they put her back on the train. Can I remind somebody today and left and doubted God, but she stood right there at the, even though she was put off, the same man that wanted us to put her off, the same man that took her luggage and her employee, man that gave order to put her back on. Can I remember that God is able? Conductor, pull the cord, start to get a train cross. All of a sudden, the train starts to look up the woman, her faith, her belief in God. So I say to you today, because it looks one way doesn't mean anything. Isaiah said to them that he shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings and not get weary, walk and not faint. God is able. He that died called to put off the train, but the train didn't leave. God gave her all. So are you willing today to put your prayer life on, willing to be faithful to God, so the wheel starts to turn, now starts to campaign because of who you are? He's able. But really because God is showing that woman that if I send you somewhere afterward, because I'm going to take care of you. How many of the days that I'm building on that? Can I leave it? Trust God. Until next time, God loves you. Keep on.
We can't be passive tonight, but we've got to take that which the devil
Love
has
it.
stolen from us. Come on, blow the trumpet.
You've been listening to the Sounding the Trumpet Deliverance broadcast with Prophetess Dorothy Otey. Join her every Sunday at 12 noon on the all-new 107.9 FM on your dial, 980 AM WDDO. You can be a blessing to this broadcast by sending a cash app to $Otey Dorothy 777. Join her again next Sunday right here on the all-new 107.9 WDDO.